Hello everyone. Over the past year and a half, I've traveled nearly 5 times around the earth.
Hello there.
Local life in various places. When it wasn't easy, I also traveled around and played some soccer. Today, let's discuss the benefits, challenges, and opportunities of living in different regions or things you can do locally. Let's get started. If you want to save some time, skip to the last 3 seconds for a one-page summary. Before we start, let me summarize some global commonalities I've observed. Many countries are preparing to adapt to a new order detached from China, facing industrial upgrades. There are polarization among global workers. The rich getting richer and the poor are increasingly reluctant to work. Traditionally economically strong countries like those south of Mexico in the Americas and Western Europe are gradually descending into chaos. Some are on the brink of a collapse or have already collapsed with no way back. There's a global liberation of thoughts. People's spiritual pursuits are growing, and the demand to be oneself is strong and expressed intensely. Except in East Asia, the general environment mostly allows it, and I look forward to the evolution of future ideological trends. The following are purely personal opinions based on my experience. If you have different perspective, feel free to share and discuss. Starting with Japan, where I've lived most recently, first, due to the significant drop in the Japanese yen and the exchange rate, the cost of living is low compared to other regions. It's safe, clean, well organized with a strong sense of community. The chance of encountering rude individuals on the street are low. Social welfare is good, and the pressure of educating children and caring for the elderly is relatively small, with most expense being low or even free. The food is delicious, and the cultural life is chic, making it easy to adapt. Most job offers a good work-life balance. There are many jobs where you can relax, and there are plenty of public holidays and annual leaves. Japan has a relatively even income distribution, though the income gap between industries isn't significant, and the overall income level is still quite high. Cons: the society is conservative and lacks vitality, so there are fewer opportunities, especially for the young. The jobs with income over 70K US dollar are scarce. Taxes are high, especially for the low-income group, making it unsuitable for high earner. Apart from the top few, Japanese schools aren't keen on publishing papers, resulting in generally low global ranking. For instance, Waseda University ranks around 200. Graduates who don't work in Japan might be at a disadvantage. Opportunities: one can venture into businesses that are non-existent in Japan. Typically, Japanese companies react slowly, so if you enter a market without local competitors, it's easier. However, you need to operate the Japanese way. For instance, Chinese brand like Jiedian couldn't promote their portable charger using Chinese marketing strategy. Many restaurants in Japan are staffed by part-timers with no decision-making power. However, a Hong Kong company, ChargeSpot, collaborated with local operators and a convenience store, directly negotiating with the headquarters, and is now preparing to go public. The service industry and blue-collar jobs in Japan offer high wages and are respected. Taxi drivers have an average annual income of 5.5 million yen. I know some graduates from the University of Tokyo and Waseda who became hotel waiter right after graduation, taking pride in serving others. Next, let's talk about Singapore in Southeast Asia. Pros: highly developed society with excellent national city infrastructure. Safety is paramount. Unlike Japan, where there are occasional incidents like a high school student robbing watch store in Ginza, Singapore has almost no such danger. Social welfare is excellent. Public health care and education are world-class and almost free. Taxes are low, making it friendly for high earners. The higher the income, the more significant the disparity. Cons: it's a Chinese society. It's as competitive as China, with a focus of elitism. Although the population is smaller, the pressure is immense because everyone is competing at an elite level. Because of its elitist nature, it's challenging for non-elitists to stay. Green cards are valid for only 5 years, and you need to stay at least 180 days each year to renew it. Applying for a green card requires a high previous tax payment, making it difficult for a salaried worker without a Singaporean educational background. Overall, Singapore wants foreigners to contribute to its development, but not benefit from its welfare, unless you are super rich or elite. It's expensive. The cost of living is very high, especially food. The country doesn't produce much, so even live chickens are hard to come by. There are many wealthy individuals, and the per capita GDP of Singapore is 2.5 times that of Japan. Due to its heavy reliance on overseas supply for high-end products and a small size, Singapore has limited resilience. The country is constantly concerned about international situations, always on guard. The mindset permeates every aspect of life. I have a colleague in legal affairs who disappear for a few days every year to arrange ships from China and the US in Singapore's offshore waters. This way, if Indonesia attacks, they'll first hit the Chinese and American ships. The country is tiny. Without traffic, you can cross the entire nation in 30 minutes. Due to its small size, there are fewer places to visit, which can feel suffocating. Opportunities: Singapore has many Web3 practitioners. If you are involved in Web3 related activities, Singapore is a concentrated industry hub. It's probably not an opportunity anymore, but a consensus. You can avoid taxes here. Thinking about high-ranking executives of companies you know who have moved to Singapore in recent years and haven't returned. Singapore has a small population, so there's a significant demand for foreign workers in the service and construction industry. This job generally offer a higher salary than in most of the developing countries. Next, let's talk about Western Europe. I spent several months mainly in France, Spain, and Switzerland, focusing on Latin language-speaking regions. Plus, cities are rich in history with diverse cultural landscapes. There are many museums and art galleries worth visiting. The cultural atmosphere is excellent, and most people lead relaxed lives. In France, most cafe seats fit the streets, and many people sunbathe during the work hours. There are numerous delicious pastry shops, restaurants, and interesting coffee shops. You don't need to look up a recommendation, just open Google Map and enter any shop with a rating over 4 stars. The pace of life is very relaxed. Of course, a tiny minority might want to hustle, but it's a personal choice. Traveling between EU countries is convenient. Each country has its unique features, and the natural scenery is beautiful. Switzerland, the snowy mountains are pretty good, and each village has a cable car. Cons: the society lacks ambition due to high tax. Whenever there is issue, they demand government policies and resources. As a result, most countries develop slowly, and many face varying degree of financial problems. EU countries superficially cooperate, but many have hidden agendas. There are also non-EU countries in the mix, implementing strange policies. For instance, Andorra sets its highest tax rate at 10%, attracting wealthy individuals from Spain and France. They earn money in their home country without paying tax and then pay tax in Andorra. Andorra isn't an EU country, so the EU cannot control it. Then there's Malta, which finances itself by selling EU citizenship. They earn the money, but other EU countries have to deal with the employment and the welfare issues of those new EU citizens. Not to mention countries like Greece, which offers excessive welfare to its citizens despite being broke, and then asks Germany and France for money. If one country develops, they have to support the lagging ones, leading to a collective stagnation. Opportunities: those from less affluent background can consider studying in European countries with a free education. This allows for the accumulation of overseas experience and resource at a reasonable cost. Additionally, salaries for new graduates and the average wage are higher in Western Europe. For adults, obtaining a green card or citizenship in EU is much easier than in the US or developed Asian countries. I have Argentine friends who dated an Italian guy, and they lived together in Spain. By simply submitting a shared address to the government, they could get an additional passport in 2 years. As long as they don't change the address, even if they broke up, it is still valid. Next, let's discuss Northern Latin America, starting with Mexico. Because most people are happy every day, and you'll be infected by this atmosphere. When I chatted with some Mexicans, asking why they are always so cheerful. They attributed it to their history of enduring many hardships. They've developed an attitude of laughing off any adversity. In Spanish, there is a term, valemadrismo, which refers to this I don't give a damn attitude. Life is free. No one cares about your skin color, your sexual preference, or your unique hobbies. You can comfortably be yourself. Living in a affluent area is convenient and definitely cheaper than in first-tier cities in China and the US. Living in a wealthy area in Mexico for a lifetime probably costs less than buying a 100 square meter apartment in Beijing or New York. Issues: safety concerns. Although Chinese people I know here have some common sense about living, I haven't seen anyone encounter any danger. However, for newcomers or if one accidentally goes to the wrong area at the wrong time, it's easy to encounter armed robberies or car break-ins. The chances of this happening are probably lower than in many places in the US. Moreover, in affluent areas, many people have private armed forces that are much stronger than the governments, which generally ensure safety. Public healthcare and education are of lower quality. You mostly have to look for private institutions. The quality of private institutions is excellent. They are much cheaper than private institutions in China or US, but you still have to spend some money. Opportunities: US-China trade war. Mexico is probably one of the biggest beneficiaries. Many factories have moved from the US and China to Mexico, becoming intermediaries for both sides. I heard from Fesco, which specialized in human resource outsourcing, that they plan to send 20,000 Chinese to Mexico in 2023, mainly to the northern industrial areas like Nuevo León and Monterrey, to work in mid to high level management position in supply chain. Since many of the investors and the actual controller are Chinese companies, there's a need for Chinese-speaking individuals with some management experience. Despite the distance, Mexico remains a key trade partner for China. Even though there are no direct flights anymore, companies like Shein and Z2 have seen rapid growth in Mexico. ZTE and Huawei have also been deeply rooted in Mexico for many years, with thousands of employees there. Green cards are easy to obtain. Doing it yourself is almost cost-free and it doesn't take much time. In Northern Latin America, other countries generally don't have as strong economies as Mexico, and their currency are very unstable. Panama is relatively better, but it's a small country. Now, let's talk about Argentina, a major country in Southern Latin America. Argentina is one of my favorite countries, mainly because the cost performance is good. Plus, first and foremost, it's affordable. In the capital, Buenos Aires, you can buy a one-bedroom apartment in the city center for just under 40,000 US dollar. Being an agriculture powerhouse, the quality of food and wine is excellent and very affordable. You can enjoy fine wine and stay here in a very good price. Stunning and diverse natural scenery. Argentina is truly a vast and resource-rich country. To the north, there is the world's largest waterfall, Iguazu. To the south, Ushuaia faces Antarctica. The west boasts the snow-capped mountains and the glaciers of Patagonia, as well as vineyards beneath the mountains. The east has a long coastline where you can watch whales dive and surf. Well-developed infrastructures. Since Argentina used to be a developed country, its infrastructure is solid. Roads, public facilities, and commercial buildings are all well constructed. Walking on the street of major Argentine cities, the street view are almost identical to those of major European cities. Cons: limited access to foreign goods. Extreme protectionism has led to exorbitant tariffs. There isn't a single Apple store in the entire country. The president once remarked, "If you want to buy an iPhone, fly to Miami to get it." This has led Chinese companies like Xiaomi and Chery Automobile to set up assembly plants in Ushuaia, near Antarctica. After assembly, products are shipped back to mainland Argentina via Chile, as Tierra del Fuego doesn't share land border with the rest of Argentina. Safety issues. If we were to rank global safety levels from 1 to 10, Argentina would be about 2 levels more dangerous than Mexico. Almost every day, there are people protesting and causing disturbance on the street. Robberies and assaults are commonplace. There are relatively safe areas, but they are smaller than the safe zones in major Mexican cities. You need to be very cautious and know where is safe before traveling. Of course, tourist areas with fewer people are generally safe, as no one would travel that far for commit a robbery. Opportunities. Anything related to a foreign exchange is in high demand in Argentina. If you can convert a large amount of Argentine pesos into US dollar, you can make a lot of money. Due to severe devaluation, Argentina prefer not to be paid in pesos, but over 40% of civil servants and have no choice but to accept pesos. Argentine agriculture products of excellent quality and very affordable. If you can handle custom clearance, exporting agricultural products from Argentina can be a lucrative business. There's another potential business opportunities, though I'm not sure if anyone's doing it. Argentine passport offers visa-free access to over 160 countries worldwide. Argentina grants citizenship based on birthright. Moreover, Argentina recognizes dual and multiple citizenship. Okay, that's all for today. If this has inspired you, please give it a thumb up, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll continue to bring you global insights and trade tips. Goodbye for now.